Hello, football fans, and welcome to Locker Room on Voice of the People TV. I am Jerry Apeliai. Today, we are jumping into the most electrifying moments from the pitch. Join me, James, and Mayowa as we break down the biggest matches, hot headlines, and insider stories in football. Get ready for top-notch analysis on all the scoops you need. I beg your pardon, and this is one show you can afford to miss. James, it's great to have you once again on the show.
A very good evening to you, Jerry, and also to our viewers. Good evening. And a beautiful Friday evening to talk about football. And yesterday we saw the disappointing one from Manchester United again. They never.
Allow me to do this.
They never.
Harry Maguire.
They never cease to amaze me at this point. Going 2 goals up in the space of 30 minutes and losing those 2 goals in the space of 10 minutes. I don't know what to say about this about it at this point because you cannot just single out the manager alone. I think some of the players still have to take the blame. And looking at the defense yesterday, it was in total shambles.
Stick to the plan. You bounce back. Don't worry, stick to the plan, you bounce back.
Making Samu Amorodion looking like a prime Ronaldo against Manchester United. He was on fire, credits to him. I think he's one of the players I felt sad for why Poto didn't. When Poto could not get the full 3 points, I saw his reaction after the game. I was seeing how down he was. I think Poto deserved to win that game. Credits to the manager.
You know?
Coming from 2 goals down and not losing your momentum, coming up to getting 3 goals ahead of them, I think they deserve to win the game. But credit to Maguire. I think Maguire still sees Ten Hag as an important figure in Manchester United and wants him to keep the job.
He wants to save his
But
job.
I know no matter how we try, on Sunday evening, Aston Villa and Emery will not give you that chance.
The thing is that it's funny that when Man United is down, they have to rely on Harry Maguire. That shows you that he has got it to the lowest.
I think most Manchester United fans should give Maguire credit. I'm not sure many fans will.
For what?
Wait, let me come from there. It's not like he's a top player, but
He's not a player. He's not a top player. He's not
He's
even an average player.
Considering the things he has seen at Manchester United, the thousands of insults online, the bully, the demotion, getting his captain banned off him and giving somebody else. He maintained his cool, trying to make his games better. I think he's much better than what he used to be like 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago.
Let me tell you what happened to Maguire yesterday. Maguire was just at the right place at the right time.
Yes.
See, let me tell you, the thing is that let's look at it from this angle. If Maguire was still fairly okay, Manchester United will not need to go and buy Lisandro Martinez, one. They will not need to start spending money on looking for the leads and looking for all these defenders.
True.
They would have said, okay, we have Maguire.
I'm not saying
let's just get one defender to support
I'm not saying
him.
he's somebody that is top that deserves to be starting every game. No. I'm just saying that the way he has maintained his professionalism as a player, despite all
He has no choice. He's paid a lot of money.
We saw Sancho.
How much is he paid weekly?
We saw Sancho now. Was Sancho not earning a lot of money?
No, Sancho is doing well now.
They dragged him once or twice.
He's doing well at Chelsea now because
in how many games?
It shows that man management is also a problem at United. Yes, in terms of players management. Let me tell you.
Are you going to say it's a coach problem or it's a Manchester United problem? Let me know.
Now it's a coach problem.
It's a coach problem.
Yes. What Man United is going through right now.
Incident, right?
Sancho incident was a coach problem.
But do you know Sancho has played under 4 or 5 different managers before Ten Hag?
It wasn't this bad. It wasn't this bad.
He was not very good.
Him going online and having issues with the coach one-on-one, it never happened until Ten Hag came on board.
I don't even have strength to even drag the Sancho matter. I think at this point, Manchester United should just...
Anyway, I saw Bruno Fernandes apply for a Bundesliga move. Viola, great to have you. I know you've been chitty-chatty and laughing behind the scene. I know that that would have thrown some punches at below the belt punches all through yesterday and today. And of course, you've been seeing the update. David has been disguising, but it is what it is.
Well, it's always amazing to be here. Apologies if you're raising some noise at the background. Okay. I'm having a power issue, so I'm using my backup system just to get power. But in any case, it's always amazing to be here. Manchester United disgracing us as usual. I wasn't expecting so much with them yesterday, and they didn't disappoint me with the performance. Ten Hag needs to go. How do you spend 709 million pounds, and we are having that kind of shamble performance? There is no key leader in that defense, And that is where the problem is coming from. Lisandro Martinez, Delete, and the rest of them, they are not living up to the bidding. How do you allow Samuel to become a prime Ronaldo, like James rightly said? To be honest with you, Samuel, the kind of movement he had in the defense, if you look at the third goal, the way he was able to wriggle around, is it Delete or who was there now? I mean, that shows the defender we have. They are not well positioned. They don't know how to read the positioning of strikers, and it's so unfortunate that we didn't even concede more goals. Bruno Fernandes, to be honest with you, he needs to sit down on the bench. How do you get red card back to back in 2 different games?
He's frustrated.
It's
frustrated.
I think we should. I think we should even talk to this guy.
And to say this man almost ate me up called Bruno Fernandes.
No.
You almost ate me up called Bruno Fernandes.
From the beginning of this season, Fernandes has not been what he used to be. You can consider the fact that he has played too much games. He deserves to rest. But Fernandes, Ten Hag is still insisting on starting him. Everything has been incredible from this beginning. Even in the Euros, it was very good for them, the Denmark side. And this season he has been doing very well. Bench Fernandes, start Eriksen. He wants to play them both. Eriksen is in his 30s. Fernandes is 30. Casemiro is 30.
If he benches,
just looking at that 3 midfield, just looking at that midfield alone, who will not outrun them? Just look at you.
Casemiro started yesterday.
Yes, it's easy for.
How come? What happened?
It's easy for Mayowa to talk about the defense yesterday, but looking at the midfielders in front of the defense, Casemiro is 33. I can't remember his age. I think Bruno is 30. Eriksen is 30, in his 32 or so. Looking at this particular set of players, how do they cover up when there's a counter attack? It was easy for Delete and Martinez to be exposed all through yesterday.
And let's not also downplay FC Porto. They're a big side.
They're a good side.
They're a side that
credit to the manager.
They played champions.
They're
a Champions League team. Let's not forget.
They did very well yesterday.
And take a look at the first goal, courtesy of Pepe. He's a veteran when it comes to playing in Europe and so on. He has played at the big level. So you guys should just take it easy. Take the. I don't know why I take it as a loss. It's a draw now. It was 3-3.
It's a huge loss for us. How do you explain? Ten Hag has played 10 games in the Europe. He has only won 1. I mean, how do you explain that? And sorry, James, I'm telling you. See, the thing is this. Yes, we have issues with our midfield. And one of the things I said when the season started was we didn't recruit right in the midfield. And that's just the answer. However, the goals that were considered yesterday was because of lack of leadership in the defense. To be honest with you, if not that, Maguire has fallen down the pecking order and the rest of that, Maguire has some kind of leadership that we are missing in that defense line. I'll be number one to raise my hand up and say probably they need a Maguire to start some games in that particular team, such that it will bring a little bit of calmness to the defense. The guys were not coordinated, and that's the reason why we consider it very cheap goals. Imagine, look at the third goal again. I mean, I was looking at the third goal again, and I was so disgusted. How do you not know that a striker is behind you? How do you not know? How do you allow a striker pass you and score in a freeness? So the midfield has their own issue, but the defense, there is no coordination in that defense, and we also have a problem in defense, and that's just the honest truth. Ten Hag doesn't know what he's doing. He's confused. I think Ten Hag should go, and that's just it.
Aston Villa will do us that justice on Sunday.
You'll be shocked. He'll play another draw against Aston Villa.
Even if he draws.
A convincing draw.
Even if they draw, I think it's high time he goes.
It'll be a convincing draw, maybe a goalless draw.
Don't worry.
And he took off Marcus Rashford. I don't know why, but it's all good.
Rashford was our best player in the first half.
The day he's supposed to lose
one goal and provided an assist.
The day he's supposed to leave Marcus Rashford, he will remove him.
How do you explain
the day
that?
I was thinking, during his post-game interview, I was expecting to say he was injured, he had a knock. He said he did it for rotation.
We removed him. I mean,
for rotation's sake.
And you were drawing 2-2. It was not like we were even winning. I think we were even winning at that point to have a different thing. That okay, yes, he had a difficult game in the weekend. Taking off a Rashford to rest is a different thing. But you took him off. You were drawing 2-2, and you brought in Garnacho. Ahmad does not have been a fair game, to be honest. He brought in Garnacho, and in his defense after the game, it was like he brought him in for rotation in a game that you must win. Your best player that has scored a goal and provided an assist in the first half, in the first 45 minutes, you took him off. I think at this point, Ten Hag does not know what he's doing. You cannot even tell me he knows what he's doing.
I think it's like they should check what Ten Hag takes before he goes to games. Maybe he takes some bit of, he spikes the system.
It's
with some things.
challenging. You took our best player off.
Anyway, let's talk about the whole front before we go back to the Maguire-inspired Manchester United yesterday. Of course, he's been the hero that Manchester United have been looking for. But unfortunately, the likes of Bruno Fernandes failed to step up. He was busy practicing for the Bundesliga with that acrobatic move there. Anyway, let's come back home. We had the 2024 Annual General Assembly of the Nigerian Football Federation is currently ongoing in the capital city of Delta State, which is Asaba. The Annual General Assembly represents the largest gathering of football administrators and stakeholders in Nigeria throughout the year. It serves as a forum for the exchange of ideas and formulation of policies, rules and regulations, and will guide the administration and organization of the sport at the national level for the upcoming year. And the Assembly will host chairmen and secretaries from football associations across all 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, as well as the officials from the Nigerian Premier Football League, Nigerian National League, Nigerian Women's Football League, and Nationwide League One. Representatives from the Referees Association, Players Union, and Coaches Association will also attend, forming the Congress. And of course, it goes on and on. The Honorable Minister for Sport, talking about John Eno, will serve as the special guest at the event. Maju Pinnick, Nigerian's representative on the esteemed FIFA Council, will also be in attendance, joined by a representative from the West Africa Football Union to observe the proceedings. And the executive governor of Delta State, talking about Sheriff, will officially open the General Assembly at the Unity Hall of the Delta State Government House with various dignitaries from the Delta State government, as well as media representatives and observers expected to witness the opening ceremony. And of course, you can see the lines of Aisha Falode there, and so on and so forth. I hope the next election will be one of the key topics at that assembly. And there's also talk about increasing the number of votes cast, because prior to the last election, they reduced the delegates that are to participate in the voting pattern of who becomes the NFL president. And I believe the sport minister was saying that there should be more allocated votes so as to create a bit of democracy where it will not look like some cabals can hijack it and say this is the person they want to be the NFL president. That is why we have people like Gasol occupying such position. Mayo, what are you looking forward to? Should they be talking about who's going to replace Gasol or how they should remove him? Maybe they should move a motion. I don't know. No wonder the guy was doing appraisal last week, saying this and this he has achieved.
It was this week now.
It was this week.
On Monday also.
Was it Monday? Okay, he was doing appraisal, saying this is what I've achieved and disguising here and there. Because he knows there's a General Assembly coming forward. So that they will not ask him, what have you done so far? It's all good.
And October 1st speech on Tuesday as regards his achievement and the rest of that, knowing that there is an assembly coming up. To be honest with you, I think the other FA guys, they should plan a coup for him and execute the coup. To be honest with you, because his performance so far has not been up to par. He's overseen the most disgraceful, tenure for Nigerian football. And for Nigerian football in total, the male, the female football, the age grade, nothing to be right to me about. So I to be honest with you, if there is any sensible discussion that will come out, if there is anything tangible that will come out from the General Assembly, it should be that they are moving a motion to remove Gusau, if that is possible. If that can be done, they should remove. That's number one. Number two, what the sports minister said, in as much as you are allocating more votes and just about to form so that democracy will reign supreme and just of that, the problem has always been people being bought before they get to the Congress. That has been the problem. Even if you have 1 million votes, if those people have been bought from their various state FAs that will contribute delegates to go to the General Assembly for elections and the rest of that, then to General Congress rather for elections and the rest of that, then we will go nowhere. We have to get it right from the local state, from the state FAs such that we find people who will be at the state FA chairman, who are incorruptible, that's number one, who are competent, number two, and who will send delegates that have the interest of Nigerian football at heart and not their pocket. Because thank God, Jerry, you were there at the last Congress. You know what transpired, how Gusau came out from nowhere. Gusau that nobody was talking about, he came out and he was elected as the NFF president. And in the last 2 years, he's been dragging us through more than dragging us and disgracing Nigerian football. So for me personally, I think this Congress, if they can do it and impeach Gusau, and by this evening or later in the night or by tomorrow morning, we hear the news that Gusau is no more the NFL president, I will be so happy. Apart from that, I don't see anything they want to do in this General Assembly. It's just waste of money, to be honest with you.
How much does Gusau have? Let me tell you the truth.
Do you think they're going to want to throw him off this early?
See, he made mention of if it was about money. People like Amaju Pinnick had the money to influence the FA board to make sure that they keep him in power. But at a point in time, everybody got tired of Amaju Pinnick just because at a point he stopped carrying everybody along. That was an issue. But the major issue they used against him was that he failed to qualify
for the
World Cup. And the handwriting is already on the wall that the Super Eagles will not qualify. Except a miracle happens. At this stage we are now, we are not going to qualify for the World Cup. At this stage we are now, we are not going to qualify for the World Cup. Let's call a spade a spade. We are not in the position to talk about qualifying for the World Cup. So if we want to save the situation, people like Gusau has to go. No beating around the bush. No going about to paint it. Gusau and his board will have to take a shift so that those who knows what to do, knows their onions, will come on board, get us a suitable coaching department, not only for the Super Eagles, also for the Under-23, the Flying Eagles, and the Under-17. Because these teams are very crucial to the growth of the Super Eagles. Because if you don't have a good Under-17 and Flying Eagles, you continue to have a situation where we'll be looking up and down for players to play for the Super Eagles in the future. For instance, if there was no Under-17 that was successful, would we be talking about Osimhen today? Sure. Yes. Take a look at even the likes of Kenneth Umero, they grew from the ranks. That's why it was easy for us to have a surplus number of players.
Funny how we cannot even list about 4 or 5 players.
The last Under-17 players, I can't remember 1 or 2 of them. Because you continue to bring in coaches, hybrid coaches, you recycle Adamboso today, tomorrow you bring in, because you are bereaved of ideas. Yes, because you don't have, now they brought in one academy coach that should come and coach Flying Eagles. I'm telling you, I'm not even believing that anything is going to come out of it.
Let's not forget this particular Flying Eagles job. There was a particular time we on this show spoke about John Utaka applying for that same role. John Utaka is in the French league, a manager for one of the
That's very true.
And what is stopping the NFF from bringing him home? Somebody that has shown interest in becoming to take the job.
That is because
he has the experience. He knows what it takes to be in Nigeria. Has represented Nigeria in the top stages. So what's stopping him from managing the?
He does not have the same godfather as Salisu Yusuf. He does not have the same godfather as Tanimu. If he has a godfather of Tanimu, for instance, it would have been easy for him to make the coaching job.
We wouldn't have seen it online. We just seen that.
Even the likes of Eguavoen'S is there because there is no other way. If we were left to them, I'm telling you, if it were left to Gusau and his carcass, they will bring Salisu Yusuf to coach this team, or they will tell Adamboso to come and take over. At the detriment of qualification. If it's easy, I'm telling you, you see Salisu Yusuf be in charge. And if the team is doing well, they'll say, it shows that, yes, at least the arrangement is working. Because they know it will end in boomerang. That's why they are all running enter-skater. Because these guys have nothing to offer Nigerian football. That's just the truth. And earlier, those who are in the Congress know this for a fact. And thank God, it's looking already that Gusau will not qualify for World Cup. So they have enough reasons to say, Gusau, Oga, come they pack your bag, they go Zamfara back. Go and build a farm somewhere. Or maybe ask people to help you mine some gold. Because gold is surplus in Zamfara right now. Anyway, let's hope and let's watch. Let's watch. I know something's going to come up, and I have my ears to the ground. Anything that comes up, we'll surely let our viewers know. But let's also talk about the Super Eagles, where in preparation for the upcoming Afcon qualifiers, Nigerian head coach Austin Eguavoen has been compelled to make late adjustments to the Super Eagles squad, originally slated to face Libya. And Eguavoen's tactical plans have been disrupted due to unforeseen circumstances necessitating, I beg your pardon, the inclusion of new players to bolster the team's chances. The changes come as a response to various factors, including injuries and player availability. Eguavoen is focused on ensuring that the teams, I beg your pardon, remain competitive and capable of securing a vital victory in the qualifiers. We know that Osimhen will not be available, and maybe Omorodion has staked his claim without performance against United. Though United is not a yardstick, but
No. I think he has
but he's a good player.
He has a good record. I think about 7 or 8 goals in 6 appearances for the Porto side. But I don't think he's going to come to Nigeria. I think he represents the Spanish national team. He has played for the under-23 and the under-21.
He has not played for the national team. Now I think he's not going to. I'm not sure he's going to get that chance.
Why is he not going to get a chance?
We are not sure.
Who is the Spanish striker? Morata is their only striker, and Morata is in his 30s.
And we know that it's
and
very
let's not
competitive.
forget, over time, the Spanish national team has always lacked a centre forward. I think the last good one they had was David Villa. And I think since then they have not gotten any strong. Even Morata said his manager still managed because he missed a lot of chances.
I think it's too early for Marodion when it comes to the competition of the Spain national team.
But
if he's going to wait, that's if
you
he's
are
going to wait.
You are Morodion. You have a good chance of walking into the Spanish national team.
What is a good chance?
Who is going to stop him? Morata is the only centre forward they have.
They will still invite Morata ahead of Marodion.
They are not going to invite just one striker for the whole competition.
Mostly they do.
They are not going to just invite one centre forward for the whole
Mostly they do.
They don't.
Mostly they do.
Because they don't have anybody. Now they have an option. But when you're not looking at the national team of the English Super Eagles national team, you are coming to battle the likes of Victor Osimhen. You are going to go back to the likes of Taiwo Awoniyi, Victor Boniface for the same position. Let's not forget, see Kelechi Iheanacho, who still gets regular call-up.
Kelechi Iheanacho is officially retired.
He gets the call-up.
He's officially retired.
He gets the call-up.
For me,
if
he should be retired by now.
That are coming, this player that we are going to face Libya in the next week like this, he's going to be in that list. He has played about 6 games for the Spanish side and has not scored 1 goal. He has not provided 1 assist. But he's going to be on that list.
I will prefer him to be benched.
That Samu Omorodion is going to come and be battling with.
See, Iheanacho is not a competition. Please, let's correct that impression first.
I don't know. But looking
even
at now
Omorodion is fresh.
Shoes.
He's fresh.
You are in his shoes. You are in the national team for the Spanish side. You have just Morata to battle with. The national team for the English side.
Anyway, it's pretty too early because they have paperwork that will have to be done.
Yeah, automatically we know it's going to be a short period for him. He cannot make it to this break this time. Maybe towards the next list. And I'm sure the Super Eagles are trying to. The NFF will be working on that ground.
I don't know what's with the situation of Tosin Adarabioyo.
According to the reports yesterday, he said the agent said there's nothing concrete there. And the English national team released their list yesterday. It was also not involved. So it can be an option for the future for the Super Eagles also.
I don't think Mariwa will even want to even see Tosin in that team. Mariwa.
No, I mean I don't want him in our national team. You had 15 years to choose Nigeria. You didn't do that. He's 25 or 26 now, and he's been playing since he was 11 or 10 or thereabout. Because I know he started out with Man City Academy and just right before he started moving around and just I even played under Guardiola a while, but he couldn't make it and he was shipped out. So for me, if it's not coming to Nigeria, we have enough quality. You cannot make Nigeria a second choice. For Samuel or Omorodion, I think probably Nigeria might be an option for him because the reason is this. Remember the last Euros, most of the guys that played in that particular team, some of them were still eligible to represent under 19, under 20, under 21, under 23. Majority of them were moved from that particular cadre to the national team. Omorodion did not join that list. It shows that I think, like Jay rightly said, I don't think they bank solely on an out-and-night 9. The Spanish game does not rely on that. And that's the reason why an Omorodion might probably struggle. I mean, that's the reason why a Morata, who will get 20 chances and probably score 1, still makes the Spanish national team. And largely their game it's not based on an out-and-out nine. So that's the reason why it might be a bit difficult. Unless probably maybe the Spanish side change their philosophy, that's when the chances of Omar playing for the Spanish national team will be much more brighter. I think they will still continue to call Morata until Morata decides that he doesn't want to play football anymore, and that's the reason why I feel Omar will probably have a better chance playing in Nigeria than Spain. However, with the embarrassment the NFF is giving us, I don't think any sensible top quality player will want to come and experience that. I mean, he has been in the setup of the Spanish youth team from the under 16 to the under 23, and he knows how things are being done properly. He will not want to come and experience that in Nigeria. So, I mean, Eguavoen making a makeshift, we already knew that Osimhen will not be joining the team. However, what matters most is this: Eguavoen should select the right people that can win the matches, because I don't want the NFF to treat him like they treated Finidi, in as much as Finidi has a spot, because the NFF is waiting for Eguavoen to have a bad performance or a poor performance, and they will throw him under the bus. I hope he's able to, make the last minute changes that will favor, Nigeria in the next qualifiers against Libya.
All right, let's wait and see how that one pans out. Well, hopefully that the likes of Gift Orban will also get maybe a late invite. And of course, we need a lot.
The reason why he has not why he has not gotten called up. He was very good at the Genk side before he moved to Lyon, and in Lyon he's still doing the same, replicating the same numbers. So I think at this point, it's not just a fluke. By his current form, he deserves to be in the Super Eagles side, because considering his number to the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, even Taiwo Awoniyi, I think he has better numbers than them both. So I think he deserves all the right to be in the national team. Get him the call up, give him the call up, even if he's not going to start, even if you don't see him, he deserves game time. Even if you don't give him enough time, just let him be there, let him get to know, understand what he ought to do whenever he gets the time to be in the national team, instead of getting players that shouldn't be in the team at this point again. All right. So I think the absence of Osimhen is a number down already. Get the likes of Gift Orban into the team.
All right. So of course, also heard of names like Chidera Ejuke and Uche, Chris Santos, who play for Getafe. And if those names come on board, they should be given time alongside the likes of Tom Dele Bashiru, Frank Oyedika, and of course, Wilfred Ndidi has been on form right now. He's among one of the top assists in the Premier League. In the Premier League at the moment. He's doing big things, and we hope that they'll be able to replicate. He's doing big things, and we hope that they'll be able to replicate that in the doubleheader against Libya. All right, let's talk about the NFF awards. Victor Osimhen, currently on loan at Galatasaray from Napoli, is vying for the NFF Player of the Month award for September, alongside Atlanta forward Ademola Lookman. Both players played key roles in the Super Eagles 2025 Afcon qualifiers against Benin and Rwanda last month, and Osimhen has quickly made an impact with Turkish champions Galatasaray, while Lookman has consistently excelled with his Italian club in both Serie A and the UEFA Champions League, building on his impressive performance in the Europa League final last season. Other Super Eagles nominees for this newly established award for the Nigerian Football Federation include Victor Boniface, Wilfred Ndidi, and Josh Maja. I think for me, I think Victor Osimhen, maybe Ademola Lookman, then Boniface, and Wilfred Ndidi, for me, makes the top three. Yeah, Ndidi has been on fire. Let's not forget the assist against Arsenal this month of September.
I think
he had a fantastic September
for the month. If it's going to be for the month, I think Lookman should be on top of that list. I think I can't remember the amount of goals he has been involved in this season alone, but I know he has been involved in quite numbers. And also Boniface should be second, scoring his Champions League goals, scoring in the Bundesliga. I think it deserves to be second. And I will try to follow up on who Josh Maja is. I think it's first time. Do you know him?
Yeah, Josh Maja. He used to play. He's a Super Eagles player. He has played for the Super Eagles. Has been invited to the Super Eagles. He's very, very talented forward. But injuries have not really done well for him. He plays in the French league at the moment.
I'll try to follow up.
He's a fantastic player.
I know. This guy at Galatasaray. I has been having a good season. I'm trying to remember his name. He just got called up with Ejuke. Is it Christensen also? I'm trying to remember.
Getafe. Yeah. Uche Chris Santos.
Yeah. I think I think he deserves to be in the conversation also. He has been able to do very well for the Getafe side. Just considering the fact that he just moved to the Spanish side and is doing well. So I think he deserves a shout. And credit to the NFF for finally bringing a new award, an award that recognizes our players in.
Well, I don't.
I feel it should also involve our MPFL players also.
Will it be consistent? Because take a look at
because a monthly award. I'm not even talking about the consistency.
A monthly award.
A monthly award.
I think yearly awards. They should be considered with yearly award first.
I even think if we are giving such awards, you also have to include our MPFL players, because where do they get their recognition? If the NFF is going to be rewarding our foreign-based players, that's why I said Josh Maja. I was thinking it was going to be an MPFL player, but now you say he plays in the French league. Yeah. So I think now what happens to our local league players, our MPFL players? They don't deserve monthly awards, or they don't have good players that will play for the month.
It's pretty sad because the MPFL, due to the fault of those who run football, we don't see them on TV to be able to know which of which has been doing.
Because even when you look at the Premier League, yes, the Premier League have their monthly awards, but you will not expect them to go and bring Jude Bellingham from Real Madrid in Spain and come and give him the best player in the EPL for the month. It's not done that way. You have to carry people that are playing in the league. If it's a Spanish player that is the best player for the month of October, is getting the award for the best player of the month. Nigeria now, NFF are establishing an award. They establish an award, and they're not carrying the players in the MPFL. They're carrying players from French.
I don't know how many federations even do this. I think they do yearly, but I don't know about monthly. Mario, maybe you help us. Maybe you know some of those federations that do monthly awards, or is this that Gosos trying to sell himself ahead of the Congress, which comes up, which is going on in Asaba?
There's nothing like monthly award. It's always a yearly award because it's very difficult to be tracking players monthly. What you do monthly is from league, and I still don't understand this monthly award and the rest of that. Probably be so that Gasal can say he's been innovative and just all that. That's why he's bringing the. But it doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest with you. Even at that. We talked about our local players the other time. What is the MPFL doing? And if the NFF is coming up with it, NFF overseas football, they are supposed to have the record of players in Nigeria. That's supposed to be their job. Why is there no local player on this particular list? Every of the players, they are playing in Obodo Ibo. It lays credence to the fact that if you are not playing outside Nigeria, you don't get recognition. So for me, this monthly award, kudos to them for bringing it up. But it doesn't make any logical sense, to be honest, because it will be very difficult to be consistent with it every month. And that's just it, because how many players do we have that plays in top Europe? The award will be revolving around about 4, 5, 6 players, and that will not go well. That will make the award useless, if you ask me.
When the likes of Zlatan is the only player that they see every time, or Luka Modric in Croatia. That means every month they will just keep the award and say, Luka Modric, the award has been sent to your mail. Go and pick it up. It's anyway. And meanwhile, the Women's Player of the Month category has Super Falcons captain Rasheedat Ajibade, which of course also has the likes of Chiamaka Nnadozie, Chiwedu Ihezuo, Rinsola Babajide, and Rosa Rio. And the criteria has it that fans are going to be voting alongside journalists. I don't think I want to waste my time.
I don't understand the concept of I don't understand the concept of this award, because I'm surprised. Yeah. You are trying to organize an award for Nigerians, and yes, the Nigerian Football Federation. You are taking players from their leagues, their performance at their league side, and using it as a yardstick. And you're not using your own MPFL players. So what happens to the MPFL players? They don't deserve to be awarded, or they are not part of the federation?
They are not part of Nigerian football.
They are ghost footballers. I'm getting a report that they also includes the goal of the month and the discovery of the month.
So who is going to be the discovery of the month? Maybe Cristiano Suche.
Or Omorodon.
Omorodon, yes. For scoring against Manchester United.
Yeah, but James, the thing is this. See, in as much as the NFF has their own issue, I think we should torchlight our light to the MPFL. MPFL should be consistent. The Nigerian MPFL should be consistent with as regards rewarding the best player for the month and the rest of that. However, what the NFF is trying to do now, player of the month and just so that, does not make any logical sense. Because at the end of the day, this thing will be revolving around some few players and it won't make any logical sense. For me personally, this kind of awards come at the end of the year. And you're even talking goal of the best goal and the rest of that. When you have a league in Nigeria and discovery, who are you discovering? How many players has the NFF discovered in Nigeria? How many? The same people that don't have the record of number of players that transferred out of Nigeria are the ones talking about discovery. Who is discovering them? Is it not the one that we are watching on Champions League? Ask the NFF, how many of our players, I'm not in NFF, but I know the number of players playing in Vietnam. How many of them know the number of players playing in India or Vietnam and they're discovering somebody? The NFF should just go and sit down. This is an avenue for them to just be in the news for being in the news sake. This monthly award does not make any logical sense, and that's just the honest truth.
And what is involved? Who is sponsoring the award? What are they giving? What are they giving? Is it just to say you are player of the month and you go and sit down? And they will announce it via email and blog. They will announce it on their website and nothing is involved. You don't get anything.
The person that brought this idea has watched a lot of EPL games and he has been seeing player of the month, manager of the month, goal of the month. And say, okay, why not bring it bring it to our own Nigeria?
Let me tell you, there's a sponsor. There's a sponsor.
There's a sponsor
in the Premier League.
You know the thing? They are doing it well now. The Premier League cannot. If Premier League is going well, because they don't. You will not expect English best player of the player of the month, even if Benny has scored 50 goals in the La Liga.
And there's something attached to it. It's not just that
the best player of the month. So why is the NFF now creating an award for Nigerians? And you are not taking the people that are in the MPFL. You are going to take players that are in French league, English league, Spanish league.
Do you see the English FA organizing monthly award? English FA, where things are done properly.
Which FA in the world? Let's mention the top 5 league. Which of them
organize monthly award?
Player of the month. It's the league. It's always the league.
It's always the league that organizes that.
It's always the league. So what is wrong with?
What are they promoting?
What is wrong? So see, let me tell you something. After the General Assembly today, Guzau will come up and say they are coming up with new initiative, and this is one of the new initiatives. You will sell it to them and the Congress. They are.
And don't be surprised.
I'm looking at you. I'm listening.
Don't be surprised. In the next 2 weeks, we will hear the amount of budgeted for this. They allocated funds for this for 1 year. And you open your mouth.
You say,
and they will do it for like 3 months, and
they'll say 5 billion. 5 billion has been allocated. Okay,
let's move on. This
for the Player of the Month award.
I'm in the business of doing plaque. I have plaque that I sell for 200 million. They should come and buy.
Why, is it that word that means good? Let's know now.
It is well. Even the Ballon d'Or. Even the Ballon d'Or plaque. I don't know, 200 million. It's not even good. Very good. Anyway, let's talk about action that went down last night, where it was an electrifying atmosphere in the Europa League as FC Porto's rising star Overhaul showcased his talent by scoring 2 crucial goals against Manchester United on Wednesday and Thursday evening. And the young forward's exceptional performance not only helped secure a 3-1 victory for Porto, but of course it ended 3-3 in that aspect. Talking about Overhaul's performance, and then Maguire, it looks like he was the man who came to save the blushes of Manchester United. And I was saying that it means that Harry Maguire lives, I beg your pardon, Eric Ten Hag lives to fight another day. What's the way forward for Man United?
I think it's not going to be beyond Sunday when they take on Aston Villa. Let's not forget Naemi is one difficult side to face, be it in the Premier League or be it in the Champions League, be it anywhere. I remember that there was a particular time when the finals of the Europa League, it was still the same Naemi that sent us out. So at this point, I think it's going to be the last game for Eric Ten Hag on Sunday. I think he has gotten enough time to do what he's supposed to do. And even if even if there was a particular style of play, or even if you're seeing a particular decent style of play from Ten Hag, from the boys, you wouldn't be too worried. But looking at the yesterday game, it was so bad.
Stick to the plan.
You cannot stick to this plan. The plan is not sticking anywhere.
Mayo, Eric Ten Hag has requested to be given until the end of the season as Manchester United manager after the late equalizer from Harry Maguire salvaged a 3-3 draw. The man is saying, don't judge me by yesterday's result, whatever happens on Sunday, whatever happens after the international break, whatever happens in 20 games He's a manager that knows how to win cup games. Don't be shocked. He might win the Europa League. And you guys will start seeing a different story.
This is the worst
Don't
time.
judge me based on what is
This is the
going
worst,
on now.
This is the worst time to be a Manchester United fan, because even last night after the game, I was seeing reactions online from other club supporters. They were like, Harry Maguire was not going anywhere.
But
Harry Maguire was stay.
they will bounce back.
The one that bust my head is Harry Maguire, on your mandate we stand. Sorry, Ten Hag, on your mandate. And these are coming from Chelsea fans. Arsenal, I'm like, oh no, please. At this point,
It will be unfair not to give the man the chance. He said, judge me at the end of the season. You guys should keep calm.
This was the same thing he showed us last season.
Well, the thing is this, we are currently 12th on the log. No, we are currently 13th because Bournemouth won the We are currently 13th on the log, and we are getting closer to relegation. So I don't think it's a wise move for us to wait. The only reason why we should wait is this. If he wins against Aston Villa, after the international break, he continues to win. That's why I said if he wins the next 10 games, straight win, without any draw, then probably maybe we might wait. But if he wins against us, if he doesn't win against Aston Villa, I think he'll be sacked on Sunday. We have given him enough opportunity. Even see, the substitution alone, why in heaven's sake did you remove Rashford, that is the best player of our team in the first half? Immediately the second half started. Why did you do that? And you are bringing in Garnacho. Why? That substitution alone shows that the man is bereft of ideas. He doesn't know how to move the team forward. The substitution, the gameplay sometimes, and the excuse. You are saving player when you are supposed to be gunning for victory in that particular game. Where do we stand in the Europa League? We just have 2 points. He has played 10 European games in the last 2 years, and he has only won 1. I don't think we should wait. There's no reason to wait. We should fire him. There's a coach that coached PSV as his assistant there. I think the guy will do a better job. And probably maybe Mr. Raw is even withholding concrete advice for him because he's probably preparing himself for the job. Because to be honest with you, Ten Hag should not be there by Sunday. If we draw that game against Aston Villa,
yeah, even thinking of draw, they will flog.
The thing is that
they will flog rubbish.
Let me not just.
Are you coming from the side from banter?
No, this is not banter.
Okay.
This is not banter.
Okay.
Take a look at it. He bought players this
he has spent over 700 million.
Yes, 700 million was not today. It was when he came.
2 years.
Space of 2 years.
Yes,
And look at those players he bought. It's not his fault. It's not the one that's going to teach Kokoli how to play ball. That one has refused to play ball the way it's supposed to be. That is also there.
Okay.
He had issues with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Whether he liked it or not, somehow he broke team spirit. But he has been able to recover the team spirit back. Maguire, he has been able to relegate him and still make him valuable to the team, whether he like it or not. He brought in the elite. The elite has not blended into the team. Then Euro got injured, which is not his fault. Lisandro Martinez should have been suffering burnout by now, with all due respect. He went to the Copa America. Yes, he just won the Copa America with Argentina, and it took time for him to get back to the team. Onana has rediscovered his form. Whether he's considered goals or not, he is better than what we saw last season. And then Mazzori is still building up. And the only thing the problem he has now is that midfield, they were not able to get any valuable player in that midfield. They are still relying on Casemiro. They are still relying on Eriksen. They have to even revive Eriksen. That's almost dead. Back into that team. People are looking. You want Maguire to do magic with all of these problems. And Bruno Fernandes is frustrated already. You can see him. He's passing the frustration. Instead of playing football, he's busy throwing kicks here and there and becoming a wrestler. So all of this, you cannot all put everything on Erik Ten Hag's head. There's issues that needs to be sorted.
James, the thing is this, I think Jerry should start another career as a lawyer. He was almost convincing me. I think he started
we cannot be convinced.
No, there's an argument here.
I will give you.
We'll
give you gymnastics.
Forget banter.
You know the thing.
Even the board knows. The board knows.
It still goes back to the coach. When you look at this particular Chelsea team, there was a particular time they were not playing very well. When the coach when Thomas Tuchel came in, I'm trying to remember who was there before Thomas Tuchel. He led that team to the final. Before Tuchel took over, they were playing totally rubbish. And he came in and took over the same set of players. He took over in January or so. He was able to take them to the final and they won the trophy. It still comes back to the coach. If the coach is not giving them the right ideas on what to do, I think it's right time the coach just goes. Now
you're talking about Graham Potter.
Thank you. So looking at this particular side, I think Ten Hag is out of
The
ideas.
team has not yet blended. Let's calm down.
Blended how now? How many? Okay, look at
Zexi and Hollande. They are still yet to bring
at the players that
bring
started
at the top
yesterday.
level.
How many new players were in the team? Delete, and I think we'll just delete Mazarawi, and Mazarawi was okay. Delete Mazarawi. There were the only 2 new players that started that team.
That's just that even the old players have still not yet stepped up. But at least they are still giving their own. At least they played against Porto, for crying out loud. Porto is not a pushover.
By this time...
But Jerry, Jerry, the question is this. Any player Ten Hag wanted, they signed for him. All the players that came in under him, where his signings, he requested for those players.
Are they world-class players? These are just players.
Nobody asked for them.
He doesn't have any excuse.
Does Manchester United have the clout to sign big players?
He does not.
We are Manchester United, don't forget.
Manchester United of 2013. Okay, let's close the show. Let's talk about this already.
By this time on Sunday, I'm sure Manchester United fans will know their fate if it's going to be Ten Hag to the end of the season or Ten Hag will be on his way.
On his mandate, we stand. He will
you are on his mandate. We are starting on tipping soon. We have not recovered.
All right. Thank you very much, Mayowa, for being a part of the show. I want to have a lovely weekend. It's been awesome having you.
It's always amazing to be here, and I hope for the sake of Ten Hag and his family, because they have been parading the picture of his wife and daughter, he wins the game against Sunday, or else he will be sacked. Thank you for having me.
All right, of course, James.
By this time on Monday, we'll be here again to talk about if Ten Hag is still a manager, or we are looking in search of a new manager towards the end of the season.
On his mandate, we shall stand.
Ten
Hag is going nowhere. All right, big thanks to the likes of Manfred, not leaving out Alex, as well as Jeremiah and Ikechukwu. My name is Jerry Apello. I say thanks for being a part of the show. Have a great weekend.